decided to get on for a little bit. We was going to take a rest, but we decided to get on, you know what I mean, for a little bit of time. Chat with the people, chop it up, whatever the case may be. Y'all know my disclaimer. I'm not a pastor preacher. I don't hold any type of office in the church. So please do not lay claims of those titles on me. We're not here to violate any type of community guidelines, any type of copyright infringement, or any type of privacy guidelines at all. Shout out to everybody who's going to join us live now in the middle and uploads to YouTube. What up? We had a great conversation last night about the message for the most part. Shout out to all my moderators out there. Definitely appreciate y'all work. You know what I mean? As we, put it on these social media platforms and whatnot. And what's up to Henry Ross? What a day! What a day! Shout out to the people in the background. Huh? Background people. What a day. Trust. Who do I trust? Who do I trust? Me. That's who. Trust we talking about. You understand? What's up, Delinda? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Henry Ross says, because you might have been too many times stabbed in the back. Too many times. Wow. Absolutely. People still dealing with trauma about people, backstabbing or metaphorically speaking, as far as being disloyal to them. What's up to Burton? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. What's up to Charlotte Ann? Shout out to you. Anthony Nelson. I guess you don't watch Scarface in the past too, huh? What's up to BZ? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful night. It's a wonderful night. You know what I mean? And let's hope we can have a great conversation about this topic. What's up to Hurt Wise? Shout out to you. You know what I mean? Hope all is well. He says peace and greetings. Chat. Shout out to you. Appreciate that for sure. Let's see where we at. It says hello everyone. It says greetings. Let me see. It says greetings. All right. So I posed a question to the public and whatnot. Why it's so hard to trust. Pretty sure we have some good feedback, good conversation for the people, those who just now coming on, those who may come on in the middle. And I know some people like to come on at the end. I'm not trying to spend too much time on here, you know what I mean? But we'll see how long we could be on here for the most part. All right, what's up to G Money? He said, what's up? It's the first day of work week. Happy Monday. Talk back to me and let me know what it be. And much, just maintaining, staying positive. You understand, despite whatever's going on in the world, in one's life. Yeah, I mean, you gotta remain humble, focus, and things like that, for sure. All right, Anthony Nelson says, when you say, why does it always involves money? I think money has a higher percentage when it comes to trust. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people are disloyal over that. You know what I mean? When dealing with money, you understand. Of course, there's other things that people can be disloyal. You know what I mean? Not be trustworthy over, but money is one of those top things that folks is not trustworthy with, because you can't leave $1 million on the table in your house and let your family members in. You think somebody ain't going to grab it? You understand that? So if you happen to leave something else, you know what I mean? besides money, you think they're gonna grab that? If it ain't nothing valuable, you understand that? Because some people are very materialistic. They love money and things of that nature, and they would do any and everything to get it, even steal from their own family members. You understand that? But it could be other things. I'd say, what's up to Leo? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. BZ says the pain of being hurt and carrying around the trauma. Being hurt. Me, you know, a person or people could be disloyal and things like that. Me personally, as I state often, you know what I mean, you may be hurt for a day or two, a week or two. You understand? You understand? You know, I get over it. It's a blessing just to be here. You know what I mean? No need to go out and worry about somebody took, somebody ain't giving you your money back. You have family members do that. Take money or don't give money back. What I'm getting mad for, because, you know, a family member said they was going to pay you back, but don't. Or a family member stole money from you, right? There's no need for me to get angry over that for, because I know what I want to do. You know what I mean? And what I want to do is not a good thing. You understand that? So it's good to just walk away from situations like that. You understand? One has to think before they do something if somebody is disloyal to them at the end of the day. All right? Sydney, you said, what do you think of the UK? The UK, I mean, the UK is cool. I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with the UK. I tend to watch some of the videos about the Queen's Guard and the King's Guard, you know, when they be on a little horse yelling at the people to get back. You know what I mean? It's pretty funny. What's up to Brother World? Shout out to you. You said, what's up? He says, much love is hard when a lot of people lie to regain their trust back in them. He says, but still, I have to love that may have God love. Okay, cool. Appreciate that. Leo, he says, our flesh is the first thing we can't trust. What's up to number 33? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Appreciate that. Let me see where we at. BZ says, they will rob you and tell you they love you while robbing you. Got that right. Leo says, if we can bring loyal to ourselves, depending on divine laws, to learn from it and grow by it, you wrote. You said, we don't have issues to trust or not trust. You says, we can make smart moves for a relationship from a distance. Good one. All right. Heidi Jones says, why it's hard for me to trust. I learned if you don't have a relationship with your dad, that makes it hard to trust anyone. Let me think about that one. First time I've ever heard something like that. First time I've ever heard something like that. As far as like, if you don't have a relationship with your dad, that makes it hard to trust anyone. I mean, because you're talking to a person. You understand? And I never thought of it like that. I'm not saying it can't be true, but very interesting. BZ says, we are in a time where so many people are morally bankrupt. What's up to Christopher Span? What's up to Bless? Shout out to you. Span says, stay prayed up and stay out the way. What's up to SV? Shout out to you. Well, appreciate that. Let me see where we at. Because people overall are backstabbers, and once you are stabbed, you said once or twice, it makes it hard to believe in that person or the next person, especially when it comes to intimate relationships. Gotcha. Heard Wise says, I can say, because I don't really want to get into relationships. You know how people are. I know some people out here, they love that relationship talk. They love it. They love that relationship talk. They love that marriage talk. I don't like it. But I know I gotta talk about it sometimes. Yeah, man, I don't like it. Man, I don't. All right. SB says many have been through betrayal, so some may move with precaution due to that. Wonderful. Span says, "How was your day?" Yeah, I mean, it was cool and all that. Yeah, I mean, but I'm just maintaining for the most part. You know what I mean? Despite whatever happens, you know what I mean? I always consider the day, a blessing to be here. You know what I mean? Despite, you know what I mean? If I was sick, headache, no legs, or whatever the case may be, I always have a mindset like that, and just being appreciative. You know what I mean? That I'm still here and that we still are in the truth. You understand? Sometimes I get days like that. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure a lot of us get days like that, man. Just feeling so appreciative. You know what I mean? Despite whatever. Right? So, I'm chilling, I'm good. Hope your day was well too. At Mr. Span. All right. BZ says we can trust, but are the things and people that we trust trustworthy? Question marks. All right. What's up to David B? Good point though at BZ. Anthony says, if your children say, "I'm going to pay you back," should we expect it, knowing they're struggling? If they're struggling, and if they say they need some finances and whatnot, I mean, being that I'm pretty sure some of us been through hard times before, and we know how it is. You know what I mean? We had some times in our life that our kids, they may experience those times and don't know how to operate. And me personally, I wouldn't want it back. You know what I mean? If they're doing well, if they are not wicked, right there, if they're not out there doing crazy stuff, I'll help them out. But if they're out there doing wicked things and wild stuff, I'm not helping them out. Simple. You know what I mean? No way. If you're grown, if you're old, or whatever the case may be, then no. You know what I mean? But if you're out there, you're struggling, you're in school, you're trying to find a job, you're in trade school, whatever the case may be, I'll help my kids out for sure. All right? So that's me. At the end of the day, I know some people still help out their kids, even though they're wicked, even though they're in and out of jail and whatnot, and out there in the streets, on the porch, smoking with friends and cursing and whatnot. No way. I'm not doing that. I ain't helping. You know what I mean? For sure. Let me see where we at. G Money says, honestly, who wants to be hurt by anyone? It's more painful when your closest friend or even your sibling violates that trust. It's sad when they cheat you out of a big lump sum of money. You know what? And stuff like that can happen. Lord forbid if anybody, family member, like a mother or grandmother, pass away and she leaves, or grandpa leaves money. You know what I mean? Leaves money for the kids or the grandkids and whatnot. Or just leave money for one person. And everybody thinks they're getting a piece of that $10 million. But he left it for one person and whatnot. And everybody's upset. They ready to take you to court and things like that. Because that $10 million is coming to you, not them. You know what I mean? So stuff like that can happen. Or grandpa may have left $10 million for 10 grandbabies, but one of them decide to keep the money and not give to nobody. You know what I mean? And break camp somewhere and just move far and keep the money. You got family members like that. You got family members like that too. Bless says some family members, we already know they're not going to pay back. Yep. Absolutely. I'm still waiting on an uncle. You know what I mean? But he could keep it. Man says he's going to pay me $150 back from 2021. Haven't heard from him since. Haven't heard from him since. If you're watching, fella, you know, if that uncle is watching, because I know I'm pretty sure some family members watch on the low and don't say nothing. You know what I mean? $150. And he said he was going to pay it back. Now, if he said, listen, if you got $150 I could keep, fine. It's how you word things, right? It's how you word things. You know, if somebody needs $200, listen, I need $200. I want to know if you got $200, if you done handle everything with your kids and stuff like that, if you got $200 that I can keep and not pay back. All right, fine. But if you say, do you have $200, I'll pay you back. It's a difference right there. Big difference. Big time difference. All right. Henry Ross says some folks can't even trust themselves. This is why sometimes folks can't trust. I agree with that. At Henry Ross. You know what I mean? Oh man, this person coming here with the name O.J. Simpson. Yo, some weird people, man. Hoddy Jones says, I had a wonderful time in Greensboro praising and worshiping God with the saints. Wonderful. SV says, some people plot and devise wicked plans to bring someone down. Absolutely. You're right about that. Wicked people. What's up to Jessica from London? Got another London. Right? Sandra Williams says, good evening and God bless all. Shout out to you. Appreciate you for coming on here at Sandra Williams as we talk about, you know, trust in general. Right? Let's see where we at. What's up to Latoya says, greetings. You are so right. It is hard to trust people, especially if they lie the first time paying you back. I mean, if they lie the first time, man, they ain't getting the second time. No way. You understand? No. Listen, I'm real strict with that. You know what I mean? When my son asks for some money, listen, you gotta fill out a contract or something like that to pay it back. I need a contract. You know what I mean? So when people ask for money, it depends on how much it is. Listen, I need a contract. You know what I mean? I need that. You understand? You know, with this connection. All right, what's up to Prodigal Son? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Let's see where we at. To family or friends. Oh man, some good advice right there. You know, good advice. Look where else we at. What's up to Jay? Shout out to you. Good evening. So back to Latoya. Latanya, sorry, says especially if they lie the first time paying you back. And you know, there's always that one family member that go around and ask everybody for money. Everybody. You know what I mean? Did such and such ask you for money? Oh yeah, he asked me for money. Just getting money out of everybody. But there's some lazy family members and friends out there. You know what I mean? Be on the lookout. Herb Wise says, he says, only loan to family members if they're trustworthy. I'm thinking about that one. Man, it's very thin when it comes to trust, man. Very thin. I think the only ones is grandma and mommy. You understand that? That's what I think, man. You know what I mean? For the most part. Janae says being so much, you start looking at everybody as a suspect, kids and all. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't say it depends on the age of the kids, but I mean that effect could happen. That effect could happen, and whatnot. You know, if you've been betrayed so much and things like that. But could we blame others out there if different people have betrayed us? You understand that? Could we? Or we just are very cautious in general when it comes to trusting a person for the most part. All right, let me know. Appreciate that. Let's see where we at. Oh man, prodigal son, you about to start something. Prodigal son about to start something. Prodigal son, you're about to start something, fella. You're about to start something, man. Wow. All right, what Janae says, pain is pain. G Money says, co-workers can be your biggest problem when it comes to violating trust. They will lie on you and say you said something about the boss when it was them trying to brown nose for a promotion. True. I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, you got some co-workers like that. I definitely agree. Herb Watts says, pretty soon we all are going to have to ask for help as long as Dump is in office. What you mean by that? At Henry Ross, let me know what you mean by for sure. You know, they're talking about Donald Dump again. Let me know. Let's see where we at. All right. Prodigal Son says ratchetness. Uh-oh. He about to start going in. Leave it at the prodigal son. All right. Let's see what else we miss. So Henry Ross, I don't know what help you're talking about, and whatnot. You understand? With dealing with Donald Trump. All right. You said the things he's doing, it ain't looking good. Prodigal Son says buying Walmart hair and nails. What you mean? Excuse me. What you mean by that at Prodigal Son? Renee says, I don't put nothing past nobody. And yes, kids can be a major part because we tend to look past them. But where I grew up in Patterson, I seen kids steal stashes and blame it on a crackhead. Patterson, New Jersey. Patterson. You talking about Patterson, New Jersey, or Patterson, a different state? I just want to make sure. Let me know. All right, Prodigal Son says fake hair and nails. All right, Herb Wise says Pastor Gino Jennings said they buying CVS hair. Ain't that something? Janae says Patterson. Yep, Patterson, New Jersey. Oh man, shout out to Patterson, man. You know, you said the stashes and blame it on a crackhead. Patterson, New Jersey is a rough place. It's another rough place. You know what I mean? All right. Prodigal Son says, I ain't gonna read that, man. You about to get into something else. You're about to start something else. We got a couple more minutes, and whatnot. SV says Patterson, that's where Fetty Wap home, right? Yeah, I mean Fetty Wap, Monty Zoo, Hard Luck, you know, all them out there, P Dice, the Muscle Team, you know, all them fellas out there, you know. All right, Prodigal Son. I mean, Prodigal Son, you going there, man. I don't know what's on your mind or anything like that. What's going on, Prodigal Son? What's going on? Latayan says companies on some of these jobs are not paying their co-workers on time anymore because of payroll. What do you mean by that? What do you mean? You understand? What do you mean by that? Kind of lost on that one, and whatnot. All right. What's up to number 33? Hope all is well. What's up to Mercy Carr? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Appreciate that. Let's see where we at. Let me see. We just scrolling up, making sure we got everybody. What's up to Hottie Jones? Shout out to you. Hope all is well at Hottie Jones. He says, I had a wonderful time in Greensboro, praising and worshiping God with the saints. Wonderful. You know, shout out to everybody who went to the convocation. You know what I mean? Hope everybody made it back safe and sound. You know, Henry Ross says, Scripture simply says, if a man finds a wife, man, more relationship talk. Oh, my goodness. Relationship talk. Man. Please spare me. What's up to EFP? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. He says, greetings, brothers and sisters. Shout out to everybody. Appreciate that at EFP. All right, Latoya, he says, I mean, paying them late on their checks. Oh yeah, I mean, you know, in general, I mean, I don't trust no company. I don't trust no company in general. You understand that? You know what I mean? All right. Where we at? Henry Ross says, my bad. It's all good, man. It's all good. You know, because folks, once you start talking about that marriage, that relationship talk, man, it's out the window from there. It is out the window. You know what I mean? All right. What's up to Sandra Brown? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Appreciate that. Let me see. Herb Watt says, let's stop calling it. That too. All right, we got about a couple more minutes. You know what I mean? We said we ain't gonna be on here too long, and whatnot. You know, if you got any last closing remarks, feel free to leave it in the chat. You know. All right, G Money says, talk about the lying, no good friend who get caught speeding with no license, and they give the officer your name. Wow. You said that's a big violation. That makes the average person not trust anyone. Wow. I never heard that before, but that's just very trifling right there. You understand? All right. SV says the tough part about betrayal is that we always have to forgive. I agree. Yeah, man, you're right about that. That's a good one. That's good right there. You understand? No matter what it is, you know, forgiveness is key with that. And, you know, forgive them sincerely. And that doesn't mean you got to be bothered with them at the end of the day, you know? All right? David B says, peace be to everyone. Prayers to you all. All right? Prodigal Son says, forgive and never speak to them again. I mean, hey, there's nothing wrong with, not speaking to a person ever again. You understand? I'm going to always pray for people. You understand? Whether they wrong me or not. You understand that? I don't want that on me. You know what I mean? I don't want no type of hatred, no grudge. I don't want that on me. At the end of the day, of course, it sucks when somebody wrong you. You understand? All right. Let me see. Where else we at? Prodigal Son, you still talking about this marriage stuff, man. Man, still talking about this marriage stuff, relationship. You know what I mean? Prodigal Son crying in river, man. You know what I mean? Son. Senator Brown says, greetings. Appreciate that. J. Marco says, can't hate anyone. He says, we have to be hate-free before we die. I agree. I agree with that. You understand that? And that's just a damn thing to hold on yourself, is to have hate for somebody for any reason. Any reason. That's tough right there. That's a part of holiness, forgiveness. That's tough right there. You understand? To forgive a person or persons for anything and everything. The worst of the worst things that they could possibly do to you, guess what? You got to forgive them. For anything. They wronged you. It was disloyal to you. It wasn't trustworthy to you. You understand? They slept with your spouse. Huh? Your brother slept with your spouse. He betrayed you. You gotta forgive him. They had a baby. You gotta forgive him. Whew, that's tough right there. You know what I mean? Gotta forgive him. What's up to I don't know how to pronounce your name. Faraz. What's up to Jermaine? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. G Money says, holding hate keeps you miserable inside. That's facts. Absolutely. I agree with that. Prodigal Son, man, you funny. What's up to EFP says, get along here or go to hell from here. That's funny, EFP. All right. Sandra Brown says, they want you to give them the benefit of the doubt, but they always benefiting and you always doubting. That's a good one right there, for sure. All right. Dave says, repent for the kingdom of God of heaven is here. Huh? Okay. All right. Henry Ross says, can you trust in someone and that one won't do the same back? I mean, it's on you, right? Remember, you got to work out your own soul salvation, right? I mean, if they don't trust you for whatever reasons, I mean, that doesn't fall on your soul, right? Yeah, I mean, it's on you to forgive a person. I mean, even if you don't trust them, I mean, it's not a sin not to trust somebody, right? You understand? All right, let me know. All right, what's up to Ernest Beard? Shout out to you. Not a problem at Sandra Brown. Captain says, captain of a starship says, forgiveness, erasing the distant spirit, supernatural transformation into one that needs no repentance. That's the good news of Jesus we fight against in ignorance. G Money says you have to forgive them, but you never have to forget. All right, Henry Ross says everybody has work to do. Well, you deleted it. All right, Dave says all must repent. Every knee will bow. What's up to God owns the whole world? Shout out to you. Prodigal Son says I barely trust myself. Wow. Appreciate that, Sandra Brown. Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Thank you for the support of this YouTube channel. Starship says, I didn't know you were saved. Blessings, brother. Well, that's cool. You know, thank you for joining the chat and have this conversation. All right. I don't know, Latanya, excuse me. I don't know. That might be a troll. Henry Ross says, can you trust Dump? No. Nope. I don't trust Donald Dump. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't even trust family members. You understand? Listen, I trust a few people. Few. And that's on thin ice. Few. Kirk Ellis says, got home late. He says, but still peace be. Appreciate that. At Kirk Ellis. You kind of caught us at the end. Almost. You know? Let's see. What's up to Laura Lee? You says it's not hard to trust when you either deal with people or you don't. Very interesting. Appreciate that. At Laura Lee. The gift of discernment. All right. If you got any last closing remarks, once again, feel free to leave it in the chat room as we come to a closing. It's an early night. All right, we back again. You know, I guess we lost connection or whatever the case may be. And G-Money said, this is not goodbye. You said, it's just good night. Cheers. Appreciate that. God owns the whole world. Said, there are 4 people I trust in this world. God, PJ. All right. So I hope everybody have a wonderful night. In general, no problem at number 33. Appreciate that. Hope everybody have a wonderful night. Peaceful sleep and Lord willing. SV says sometimes I trust a barber. Pushing my line back. Shout out to SV, man. Appreciate that. God bless to everybody out there. Lord willing, we'll be on tomorrow longer to have more conversation. For the most part, I'm Tony Harvin of the Tony Harvin Network YouTube channel. I'm out. Peace.